Koelsch family. We are very happy to welcome you. It's a big, very happy day for our family. And we do appreciate all of y'all being here and joining us. This is an unofficial survey now, but we think that there are folks here, you know there are people here from Tennessee, plenty of those folks. But we think there are folks here from 15 states. So we appreciate all of you being here. And some of you have come a very long way. So we do appreciate every one of y'all being here with us and joining us in what is a very important and special day. And one of the people that came the furthest is the fellow over here that's holding the camera, who's the minister. He and his wife, Kelly, came from Missoula, Montana. And we are... Jack Oates, and we really appreciate the just fine job you did. Just very heartfelt, and it made that just very special for us. It sure did. Sure did. Jack was one who suggested the idea of each of Joe and Emily writing a letter, and that was his idea. We very happy to do it. But very important night. We welcome all of you, and I think the person that is next supposed to be on here is Chris.
All right. Okay, I'd like to start by giving a toast to the bridesmaids and groomsmen because they look wonderful. For those of you that don't know, I'm Chris, I'm Joe's younger brother, and I've been dreading this moment ever since Joe asked me to be his best man. Because it's a lot to live up to. Everyone heard those wonderful letters that they wrote. They're great storytellers, they're smart people, and I'm just honored and a little surprised that they chose me to be their best man. But mostly I'm honored. But it was about a year ago that I knew that they were going to be just fine, because we went camping at a place called East Harbor. This was a place that my family's been camping since I was just a little kid, and it's like a tradition. Every year we go camping in East Harbor. And last year we were lucky enough to go camping there when it was the Civil War weekend, Civil War reenactments, Abe Lincoln's walking around. It was a lot of fun, a lot of family fun. And one morning, Emily, Joe, and my sister Carly decided to make us all feel lazy and go for a run. And so they went for their run, and I stayed by the camp. And after some time passed, they started trickling back. I think it was Joe came first, and then it was Carly. Then Emily never showed up. And after a little while, Joe started really getting worried. I'm talking, I've never seen Joe so worried in my life. Pacing back and forth. We need to start a search party. So Joe hops in the van, and Carly and I hop on bikes. And East Harbor, it's the most family-friendly campground you can ever imagine. I mean, there's nothing dangerous that can ever happen here. But I was a supportive brother, and I decided I would start this search party with my brother. So we rode out, and I rode all through the park, and we never found Emily. We got back to the campsite, and Emily still wasn't there. So even at this point, even I'm like, wow, where's Emily? Where is she? Joe was still out in the car. And then after a little while, after worrying for about 30 more minutes, Emily just comes walking back, just that big smile on her face, like nothing was even happening. And we're like, where were you? Well, I was just checking out the Civil War stuff. It's a big deal. Well, we all thought this was hilarious, but Joe didn't think it was quite as funny. Anyways, we all got to make fun of Joe for a while, so that was fun. But it was at that moment that I really realized how much Joe cared for this girl, and how well that Emily fit into our family. And so I just want to welcome Emily to the Koelsch family and make a toast. And I'm supposed to say something insightful here and impart some wisdom, but this is supposed to be your job, Joe. You're my bigger brothers. So all I can really say is, you know, do what makes you happy and do what comes naturally, and everything else will fall into place. So here's to them.
My name is Audrey Johnson, aka Stigall, and Walker and I first met when we were raft guides in Colorado, and we were only known by our last names there, and so it was actually not until even our wedding that my husband even had to say, I don't even know what Walker's first name is, and that's kind of embarrassing because she's going to our wedding. So it is such a joy and honor to be here celebrating your marriage, and as I was thinking about what to say, I thought, I know you as Walker, so we're going to use Walker as a little acronym here for attributes of you that I so love, and that Joe, I haven't even told him his own. Yes, there's an acronym. So, W for Walker, Wonder Woman. It's actually W squared here. I have never met anyone who has the ability to balance so many things, and sometimes I know people who are balanced but it's a little mediocre. She has this ability to balance things with excellence, where she will seamlessly go from being in a book group to law school to a raft guide to runner to so many, and balancing relationships in a way that is so phenomenal to me. And I always kind of thought, I'm not really sure who could measure up to this. And then this guy Joe comes along, and here's firefighter, preschool teacher, runner, Dickens reader, and I thought, Wonder Woman has found her match here. So I just love that I thought, not only can he hold her own, but just the balance that they both can have in each other is a little intimidating, but also pretty amazing. Amazing memory. She has this ability to remember, she has so many parts of life that I remember details of people's lives that blow me away. You'll remember things about my extended family or coworkers from 3 jobs ago. And yet I also know some of those things from all these other people in your life. So that this weekend, as we're together, I feel like people I've never met, I know all sorts of things about their families and coworkers and life, etc. And I think it's just a testimony that you use your intellect in a way that is connecting to people that I feel so cared for. And I see that in how you are together in your own relationship, that I'm just excited to see how that continues to grow. L was so easy, laugher. My goodness. I mean, how many of us I've heard so many people say this weekend, laugh my hardest when I'm with Emily, laugh my hardest when I'm with Walker. I've never had, she's the one person I think where I've had to do the cheek massage because I'm laughing so hard. Many times, actually, late at night, if I'm getting kind of laughing, then my husband will say, can you just please call Walker? So, Joe, you were just thankful that I'm 2 time zones away, because otherwise you would get many a late night call, because she is absolutely makes me just laugh the hardest. It was one of the things I just knew that you all were so right for each other, the degree to which that you could make each other laugh. Your home is just going to be filled with so much laughter, which I love, and you add that to so much of our lives. K, so we got Wonder Woman, amazing memory, laugher. K, we got kindred spirit. Similar to just that you have such incredible relationships. I mean, you've got people here from college, from high school, from law school, to Noah's, that, as someone said last night, she just has a way of getting into your heart. And that is so true, that you just so invest in relationships, and how you do that together and make all of us feel like we're part of your community, even though we haven't necessarily known each other, and how you together will continue to do that in your home. Almost done. E, encourager. What I love about you as an encourager is that you not only are just rah-rah encourager, but in a way to spur on. You had run a marathon together several years ago, and I said in a passing comment, you know, that's on my life bucket list. Left with that. I think it would have perpetually stayed on the life bucket list. And her immediate response was, well, why don't you just sign up for one? And so I did. And who was there to support me in San Diego, but Walker flew out and was there and was present. And I have since done that for other people who've referenced me in their own stories, but that's because of the ripple effect of you encouraging. And it's been so neat for me to watch your own relationship of how you encourage each other professionally, in your running, in what books you read, that you just encourage each other on in really great ways that I love. And then finally, the romance. Joe, I've been rooting for you for a real long time. And the degree, when you came back on the scene a few years ago, the peace and confidence and settledness in Walker's voice I just knew it was just a matter of time before things continued to move along. But I just feel like you make Walker just even more of who she is in all the right ways. And I think how you do that together, watching your relationship, has just been such a joy. So your home is going to be filled with so much laughter and relationships and joy that I am excited for years to come of loving and living in that with you. So I forgot a glass, but cheers. And I think now we're going to go in to cut the cake and then to come back out for the first dance. So we'll head back inside.